Asking the chair recognizes Mr. Krishnamoorthi for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Governor Ricketts, you've been vaccinated, correct?
Yes, I've been vaccinated and boosted.
Excellent. And I presume that the reason that you were vaccinated and boosted is because you believe in the vaccines, right?
That is correct.
Now, President Trump recently said, according to The Hill, that elected officials and politicians should disclose that they received a vaccine and booster. And I agree with that sentiment too. And I'm glad that you've publicly stated your vaccination status. I want to turn to another subject. On June 18th, 2020, according to the Omaha Herald World, you told local government officials that they won't get federal coronavirus relief funding if they require individuals to wear face masks in government buildings. Now, Omaha, Omaha, the largest city in Nebraska, has a mask mandate, including in buildings, and it renewed that mask mandate last Wednesday. Have you withheld any coronavirus federal funding from Omaha?
So with regard to that specifically, actually, Omaha let their mask mandate that passed by city ordinance expire. The county health official has tried to implement a mask mandate illegally, and we're actually going to court over this one.
But have you withheld any coronavirus funding from either the county or the city?
No, I have not.
Okay, and how about Nebraska Medicine? Both Nebraska Medicine and the University of Nebraska Medical Center both have mask mandates. Have you withheld any federal coronavirus funding from either of those two entities?
No, and getting back to Omaha as well, the difference in the Omaha one that they also exempted government services from the mask mandate as well. So again, they were complying with what I asked, which is don't prohibit people from getting government services because of the mask mandate.
No, but in your pronouncement, you said wearing a mask in a government building would be enough to trigger your not giving them relief funding that was provided to you by the federal government. Now, has there been any entity in Nebraska that did not receive federal coronavirus relief funding because of your policy that you put in place?
No.
Okay, so that was just political rhetoric. I get it. Now, in response to the president's vaccine mandate, let me repeat a tweet that you put out on September 10th, 2021 at 11:10 a.m. You said, in response to the president's mandate, you said, vaccine mandate. President Biden has forgotten we live in America, quote unquote. Quote, he thinks we live in the Soviet Union. Now, Mr. Governor Ricketts, I just want to ask you this question. You don't really believe that President Biden has forgotten we live in America, do you?
No, I believe that he forgot that the executive branch does not have the authority to issue.
No, I'm just asking you. You don't believe. You've talked about a lot of heated political rhetoric. You don't stand by those statements that you made in that tweet, do you?
The point of the tweet was to say that the executive branch does not have the authority to issue a vaccine mandate such as he was doing, similar to
I'm just reading your tweet, Governor. You said he thinks we live in the Soviet Union. That's what you said in that tweet. You don't really believe that he thinks we live in the Soviet Union, do you?
As we all know on this, we've heard plenty of it today. There's plenty of political rhetoric to go on.
And you are one of the primary sources of this heated political rhetoric. Now, sir, you are against government-mandated vaccine mandates, correct?
That is correct.
And you are also against employer-mandated vaccines?
No, actually, I believe employers have the ability to do that, but I discourage it.
You discourage it. Now, sir, you and I share something in common. We are Cubs fans. Did you know that?
I did not know that. Thank you for being a fan.
And you are a part owner of the Chicago Cubs. Isn't that right?
That is, well, no, not me personally, but a family trust, yes. We're associated.
I understand. A family trust owns the Chicago Cubs that you benefit from. Now, you know that the Chicago Cubs have mandated vaccines for their employees, right?
Actually, I'm no longer a part of the management of the Cubs, so I was not aware that they had actually mandated vaccines.
Well, hold on a second, Governor. Yeah. The Ricketts family owns the Chicago Cubs. You benefit from the ownership of the Chicago Cubs. The Chicago Cubs requires vaccines, and they require masks indoors. I know, I'm a lifelong Cubs fan, and my friends and family all know that you wear a mask when you go to a Chicago Cubs-owned facility, a Ricketts-owned facility. Thank you, and I yield back.